Hello and thanks for joining us.
Good evening. Here's tonight's top stories across the northwest.
The 81-year-old man who claims he attacked and robbed a 95-year-old woman because he was trying to pay for his own funeral.
The latest in the hunt for the killers of 19-year-old Ellis Cox on Merseyside. Ellis's family say they'll match the cash reward that's being offered by Crime Stoppers. We'll be talking live to his mum and auntie.
Here comes the sun, the chance to see it in all its glory without the risk of sunburn.
Liverpool have it all to do to keep their European dream alive. Tonight they trail Galatasaray 1-0 in the second leg of their Champions League clash. We'll be live here at Anfield, where they know a thing or two about a European fight back.
I've had to face that every single day on this job. I am a good 15 years senior to everybody in the cast.
From youthful Gavin and Stacey to stage veteran Matthew Horn on his role in the story about the Britpop battle between Blair and Oasis.
And we have some lovely spells of crisp spring sunshine on the way over the next couple of days. I'll have the food forecast later in the programme.
So first tonight, an 81-year-old man claimed he attacked a 95-year-old woman because he was trying to fund his own funeral.
Edwin Morrison from Worsley and Salford targeted his victim at a home in Little Hulton in January of this year. He appeared earlier before Manchester Crown Court to be sentenced after admitting robbery.
He was told he will go to jail, though it's not yet known how long he'll serve. Our reporter Anna Youssef is outside court. Anna, this was a crime that left this poor woman and her neighbours deeply shocked.
Well, it is a shocking case, David. Edwin Morrison conned his way into his elderly victim's home. He strangled her, he tied her up, and then he tried to rob her. She told police how she thought she was going to die and how she begged him to let her breathe, but he just told her to shut up. It was sheer luck that her mobile hairdresser happened to be coming round that day and she let herself into the house. She confronted Morrison and he escaped empty-handed. He was arrested the following day. Now, the court heard how he targeted that victim because he'd previously delivered medication to her home when he was working as a delivery driver. Since the attack, the 95-year-old says she no longer feels safe in her own home, suffers from flashbacks and has lost her trust in others.
And Anna, we've heard that Morrison's claiming he targeted this woman's home in the hope of stealing cash to pay for his funeral.
Well, that's what his lawyer told the judge. We heard that Morrison, who retired when he was 75, had no previous convictions. And we were told that he had been diagnosed with terminal kidney cancer in 2024 and that by Christmas of 2025 he'd stopped taking his medication and decided that he was going to take his own life. But he hadn't wanted his family to have to foot the costs of his funeral, so on New Year's Day he had set up a fundraising page which he called Help to Bury Me, but it hadn't received any donations. He'd then come up with this plan to carry out a robbery, which his lawyer said in his mind would be uncomplicated and wouldn't cause the issues that it had. His lawyer said that while Morrison regularly gambled at his local bookmakers, he hadn't planned to carry out the robbery to pay off some gambling debt, but because he genuinely wanted to be able to pay for his own funeral. Now, Morrison had previously pleaded guilty to one charge of attempted robbery, and the court heard how he fully expects that he's now going to end his days in custody as opposed to in the care of his friends and family. The case was adjourned today because the judge said that he wanted a report to be prepared so he could find out more about Morrison's health, and sentencing is expected to take place on April the 15th.
OK, Anna in Manchester tonight, thank you.
Well, let's take a look at some more of the day's news now. And a man has been charged after several people were attacked at Newton Community Hospital in Newton Le Willows in December. 20-year-old Omar Mamand, who is originally from Afghanistan, appeared in court today. The charges against him include wounding, assault and possession of an offensive weapon.
3 boys accused of raping a girl in Rochdale when they were 12, 13 and 14 have all been cleared of all charges. The teenagers were accused of the attack near to Newbold tram stop in February 2024. Following a 2-week trial at Manchester Minchell Street Crown Court, the boys were cleared of rape and joint enterprise.
The Ashton-under-Lyne MP Angela Rayner has warned the Labour government is, in her words, running out of time to bring about the change it promised before the general election. In a speech to Labour activists last night, the former deputy leader said the party can't go through the motions in the face of decline. It's reignited speculation about a possible leadership challenge.
Blackpool has been listed as a potential city of culture by the government in 2029. It's made a shortlist of 9 other places. If successful, Blackpool would receive £10 million to host a year-long celebration of arts and culture. The council will now receive £60,000 towards a final bid.
The World Town Crier Tournament is returning to Chester in the autumn for the first time in 12 years. Well, the best town criers from across the globe have previously flocked to the city to compete against each other. The event in September will make its return after receiving £50,000 in funding to support local events and boost tourism.
Well, next tonight, and the charity Crime Stoppers has agreed to extend the offer of a £20,000 reward for information leading to the killer of a 19-year-old man in Liverpool.
Yes, Ellis Cox died after he was shot in the back on the Liver Industrial Estate in Aintree in June 2024. His family say he wasn't in a gang or involved in crime of any sort. He was just on his way home from a day out in Southport with his mates. Well, despite several arrests, nobody has been charged over his death.
The Crime Stoppers reward was due to expire next month, but it will now continue for the foreseeable future. And joining us now are Ellis's mum, Carolyn, and his auntie Julie. Thank you so much for both coming in today. It's great news about the extension of that reward. And Carolyn, you've got some news of your own as well, haven't you?
Yes, so we, as a family, we are going to match the reward, so it will be doubled to 40,000, leading to a conviction. So if anybody has anything to help us with, then it's what we need.
So, Julie, that would double it. You were touching upon there and say this is going to be £40,000 now for information leading to find Ellis's killer. And it's important to say that any information people come forward with is going to be anonymous, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've put this on our banners and posters around the city, and when we've had screens around Liverpool as well, you know, there's a QR code that you can scan. It's completely anonymous. Any information at all, however irrelevant you think it may be, or that the police may have heard it before, just please call, because let the police be the judge of that.
Mm-hmm. And Carolyn, what would you say to anybody watching this who might hold vital information? What would you say to them as Ellis's mum? I
would beg them now. We're at the point we've asked for help. So from me as his mum, I would beg anybody. I would beg their parents, their friends, cousins, nephews. If you know who done this, the parents will know, then please search your conscience and help us, because don't continue to assist these people. Don't protect them, because if it can happen to Ellis, then it can happen to another innocent child. So they shouldn't still be able to walk around the streets. If they've taken Ellis from us, and they don't deserve to be living their life and seeing their mum.
And Julie, the family have found this huge amount of money, haven't you, to make it up to £40,000 now. Do you feel this will now be enough to find that crucial bit of information to get that person to come forward with that bit of information?
I hope so. You know, we have hope every day, and hope in Merseyside Police and every faith in them. And I think with the increase to £40,000 as a family, we've found that we've pulled together, and that's, you know, it means that and more to us. So we hope that does make that difference. And as Carolyn said, just dig deep and search your conscience, just to help us and stop this happening to someone else.
And what would that mean to you as a family, you know, to get this justice for Ellis?
Everything, because at the moment, this is all our lives is just every single day appealing, trying to get justice. So we will continue to appeal, we will continue we will never stop fighting until we do get the justice. So it would mean everything to us, because our sole focus now is to get justice for Ellis, because that's all we can do now.
And is that the drive that keeps you going?
Yes. I always say this gets me out of bed, because I will never stop, we will never stop, because they took my baby from me, and I will never stop until they are behind bars.
Well, we wish you all the very best with your campaign. I really hope someone calls that number and gives you that vital information that you're hoping for. Carolyn and Julie, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us, guys. Much appreciated. As we say, it really is vital that the police get the information they need. As Ellis's family say, the time for silence is over.
Yeah, the number to call Crime Stoppers is 0800 555 111. That's 0800 555 111. Well, after us tonight, stick with us for the ITV National News. Here's Lucrezia with all the details.
Coming up on the ITV Evening News, cases of meningitis rise in Kent as students wait in line for the government's vaccination drive. Greyhound racing is banned in Wales. Campaigners say it's a landmark moment for animal welfare. And Strictly star Johannes Radebe on his memoir about overcoming adversity. Join me for those stories and more at 6:30.
Now, who remembers that large yellow object in the sky?
I don't know, but actually it's been nice.
Do you know what? It has actually been really nice today. It's called the sun. We've seen it a lot today, haven't we? It has been out, and that has been a nice change, to be fair.
Hasn't it just? But we've been at work. Well, now there's a chance to see our solar system's celestial body up close and personal, indoors at one of our region's most historic buildings.
So we're crossing live to the Grade 2 listed Victoria Baths in Manchester, and our reporter Emma Sweeney is there for us. Emma, tell us more.
Well, I tell you what, we get to see some fantastic things in this job, but for me, this is the very top of my list. This is absolutely stunning. This is the latest offering from Luke Jarram. It is, well, it's 8 months in the making. It's made up of 400,000 photographs of the sun. And to be honest, I think this is massive, right? But it isn't. Compared to the real sun, this is 200 million times smaller. Let's just bring in Anthony, the CEO of Victoria Baths. We're already in this iconic building, made even more iconic by this.
Yeah, it's extraordinary to bring this artwork into this building. We've got this restored hall here with the amazing stained glass. It's a beautiful space to visit, but even more extraordinary when we have this artwork in it.
And what blows my mind is the fact that we're never going to get closer to the sun than this, right? Because it's a little bit dangerous, a bit of a health hazard. I'm interested to know what goes into getting it here, because it's not its first rodeo, is it?
No, it takes a lot of work to get that here in this space. It took many days and many people, but we're not allowed to say how it happened.
Oh, okay. Keeping the cards close to your chest.
Trade secret.
But it is the first of many things that you want to see happen here in this space.
That's right. This is the beginning of a new journey for Victoria Baths. We're going to be the cultural, creative, health and wellbeing hub for Ardwick, for Manchester, Greater Manchester. Extraordinary things are going to happen here. We've got a big capital redevelopment programme about to start, and we're really working hard to create this building, giving it another 125 years of life, because we're 125 years old in 2031.
It's absolutely incredible, and it's starting to fill up down there. This is the launch night, isn't it? And I know that when people come in here tonight, you really want them just to come in and just let those shoulders down.
That's right. There's so much going on in the world at the moment, and this is a real opportunity to come, forget about all that, forget about your worries, your anxieties, come and enjoy this amazing building, and come and enjoy the amazing Luke Jarram artwork. Come and lie under the sun, just relax, let all of those anxieties disappear, and enjoy this space.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for talking to us. It's here until the 6th of April,
That's right.
Okay, well worth a visit. If you are at home and just thinking, you know, I've been pining for something for the last 8 months, not quite sure what it is, I'm telling you, it's this, and this is a fantastic chance to get up close and personal.
OK, Emma, thank you. It looks absolutely incredible, doesn't
Amazing,
it?
doesn't it? I won't want to stand underneath it, though. You know, I'm pretty sure it probably will be well secure, but I would be like, no, I'll just watch it from the side, thanks. I'm up on the balcony where Emma is. That looks the safest spot, doesn't it?
Looks beautiful. Well, hopefully we'll hear more news about actual sun in the weather forecast with Louise, which is coming up in just a few minutes.
But before that, time for sport now, and after Manchester City's European exit, can Liverpool earn a place in the quarter-finals of the Champions League tonight, Mike?
Yeah, City's European dream over for another season. We'll hear from Pep Guardiola in just a moment, but there is only one place to start tonight. It's Liverpool against Galatasaray for a place in the quarter-finals of the Champions League. Liverpool trail 1-0 from last week's first leg, but with home advantage, few would bet against them. Chris Hall is at Anfield for us. Chris, what is the mood amongst the fans there tonight?
Well, what Liverpool need really is a change of mood. There were boos here at the weekend after that draw with Spurs, and there is a general frustration about their lack of consistency in the league. But they're still in the FA Cup and they're still very much in this Champions League tie tonight. I've been speaking with some of the fans about their thoughts on the team's form and in particular on manager Arne Slot.
It's been tough for the manager and tough for the squad, but I think get Champions League, reset, go again.
It hasn't been a great season, but coming off the back of what we did last season under Slot, I'd give him benefit of the doubt personally.
We're not too quick to jump at getting rid of managers and stuff, but he does need to start fixing things, I think, ASAP as well.
I'm pretty certain he's lost the changing room already, and I think he's lost the fans now. I can't remember the last time a Liverpool manager was getting booed by the Liverpool fans.
Well, Arne Slot believes that the fans will get behind him and his team tonight. He says that his players, despite their form this season, have been outworking teams and creating more chances than most of their opponents. But he does admit that both he and his players are feeling the pressure.
When I came here, people have said to me, this club is different than other clubs. They will support the manager for such a long time. So the moment, if it's true what you're saying, I don't feel this at all, but you are supposing something. Then I must have done a lot of things wrong, and that's never a nice feeling. Of course I feel pressure, we all feel pressure, but it's also nice to have that pressure because we could have also been out or playing at a lower level or not even be in.
So last night we saw Manchester City's impossible job, but that was a 3-0 deficit. This at 1-0 is much more achievable, especially here at Anfield, where they know a thing or two about European fightbacks. It was on this week in 1977 when they had that famous comeback win over St Etienne in the European Cup. A decade ago they came back from 3-1 down to beat Borussia Dortmund 4-3 in the Europa League. And of course, in 2019 they came back from 3-0 down against Barcelona to win 4-3. So lots of reasons to be confident tonight.
Yeah, of course. I think the one that comes to mind is obviously Barcelona. Now, we were 3-0 down that day and nobody gave us a chance. I think, a lot of people still give us a chance in this tie. So yeah, of course, you have to rely on your experience. You have to rely on lads that have, have been in this position before, because that's what's going to help us.
So, Galatasaray have already beaten Liverpool twice this season, but they have never won here. Liverpool fans will hope their fortress can remain firm and that their team can book their place in the Champions League quarter-finals for the first time in 4 years.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a night. Chris, at Anfield, thank you very much indeed. Well, next to a bitterly disappointing night for Manchester City, this image of Pep Guardiola says it all, really. But the Blues boss remained defiant after the club's Champions League exit to Real Madrid, insisting the future is bright and that his side will be back next season. Whether he is still in charge, well, that remains to be seen.
Find a team, and still we are not. We have a final on Sunday decisions for the next season, and next season we'll be back in the Champions League. And that we had to do.
Well, while City were exiting Europe just a few miles down the road and Stockport County were entering the League One playoff places, they ended a 3-match losing streak with a 2-1 win over Northampton Town. Blackpool picked up 3 crucial points in their survival bid as they won 3-2 at home to Port Vale. They remain in the bottom 4 with Wigan Athletic just a point clear of the drop zone after their 1-1 draw at Barnsley. Fabio Borini was the hero yet again as Salford City maintained their promotion push in League Two. He scored twice in the 3-1 victory over Barrow, which moved Salford just 2 points from the automatic promotion places. Oldham Athletic's playoff hopes were boosted by another win, this time 3-0 away at Chesterfield. And James Connolly scored a late goal for Crewe as they drew 1-1 at Cheltenham Town. And finally, could we soon be witnessing scenes like this right here in the northwest? Rory McIlroy and his European teammates lifting the Ryder Cup. Well, ambitious plans to bring golf's biggest event to Bolton in 2035 have taken another step forward today. Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham has announced a funding package to improve the infrastructure around the proposed site at Hulton Park, including a £70 million link road between the M61 and M6. The course itself will cost £250 million, but it won't be built unless the bid is successful, and we'll have to wait until about 2029 to find out.
I mean, that would be incredible to have the Ryder Cup come to Bolton, wouldn't it? I mean, this is one of the world's biggest sporting events.
Absolutely. I think when this was first discussed 4 or 5 years ago, people thought it was a bit of a publicity stunt. They didn't really take it seriously, but this is happening now. There's a real push to bring it to Bolton, so fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Well, finally tonight, it was the war in the music charts that divided the nation and defined a generation. But the infamous 1995 rivalry between Blair and Manchester band Oasis has long moved away from the recording studio to the theatre.
Yes, the stage comedy The Battle has officially arrived at Manchester Opera House, bringing that high, cool stakes of Cool Britannia energy back to the city where Britpop flames burn brightest.
Well, the production stars the Gavin and Stacey star Matthew Horn, and as our entertainment correspondent Caroline Whitmore found out, Matthew has a real affiliation to the city of Manchester.
Popular pop groups have begun the biggest chart war in years.
In one corner, 4 young middle-class men from the south of England, and in the other corner, 5 young working-class men from Manchester.
You two play the Gallagher brothers in this brand new play called The Battle.
It's based in 1995, the battle of Britpop between Blur and Oasis, the release of the 2 singles, Roll With It and Country House, and the play basically follows the lead up to the release of both of them.
They say Blur won the battle, Oasis won the war.
Matthew, we're here in Manchester at the Opera House. This is a brand new play.
Oh, it's really important that I'm a part of it. When I first saw the script and the offer first came in, it was a total no-brainer for me because it's right in my wheelhouse. I was a huge Blur fan and a huge Oasis fan. And it was just so great to be part of that tribe. When I first saw it, I thought, well, regardless of what the script is like, I'm going to do it purely because I don't want anyone else to do it.
I love that.
Our director is Matthew Dunster, who is now theatre royalty.
I actually went to school with Matthew Dunster in Oldham, so he's back in his home city. You actually went to the University of Manchester and studied drama, didn't you?
Yeah, I haven't been back to Manchester for quite some time. I'm slightly blindsided because it's so beautiful out there, the weather. Not the time to be stuck in the Opera House doing a play. It's a joy to walk around Manchester, and it's changed a lot, obviously, in 30-odd years. But I just walked past the Fab Cafe and organised for everybody to go on Thursday night. So if you want to see us all, come there. We're going there.
Are you sure you want me to keep that minute?
Yeah, it's fine. The last 3 years of the 90s I spent in Manchester and loved it.
You play Andy Ross.
Despite getting the script and thinking I am far too old to be Liam Gallagher or Noel Gallagher, which I would love to have done, I am a good 15 years senior to everybody in the cast. Andy Ross is the man who first signed Blur. He was the one who decided to move the release of Country House to the same day as Roll With It.
I'm just as stumped as you are. I bought Millennium New Year's, me and Smithy went as the Blues Brothers.
Everybody knows you from Gavin and Stacey.
Truly grateful for being given that opportunity 20 years ago to be part of something which is culturally iconic.
Do you miss Gavin?
I feel like he's ubiquitous. I feel like he's ever present. Because most people don't know my name. They only know me as Gavilar. Yeah, they're bold. And it's to finish the run in Manchester as well. If last night's audience is any kind of indicator, it really is a homecoming for the play.
You may be Gavilar out there in Manchester, but in here at the Opera House, you are Andy Ross. Best of luck with the very funny play, and lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too. Thank you.
Yeah, he will always be Gavilar, won't he? Quickly, Oasis or Blur?
I'm going to say take that.
Oh, nice, okay. Oasis for me, Oasis, definitely, Oasis.
Here's Louise with the weather.
Mom,
pipes, toilet or bin?
Bin. Why?
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Hello there. Good evening. We had some lovely spells of sunshine today. Blue skies for all with light winds. Over the next couple of days, we will continue to hold on some bright and sunny spells. Winds will stay generally light, but it will feel quite cool and chilly in the overnight period for some places. Taking a look at the pressure sequence, high pressure continues to dominate our weather, but over the next few days, we could have a few frontal systems bringing some patchy cloud at times, but largely fine, dry and settled as we head towards the weekend. The isobars are loosely packed there, indicating light winds for all. Into this evening, 1 or 2 late spells of sunshine. Clear skies will develop overnight. We could have some patchy mist and fog developing as we head towards dawn, but winds will stay on the light side and temperatures will fall away to lows of 3 degrees Celsius in the coldest spots. Chillier further south, but holding up around 7 or 8 degrees Celsius in other places. Tomorrow then gets off to a cool and chilly start for some. Mist and fog quickly lifting and clearing. Once again, we have lengthy spells of sunshine developing through the day, staying dry for all with light winds. Again, it will feel pleasantly warm. Temperatures above average by up to 10 degrees in some places, highs around 16 or 17 degrees Celsius. Over the next couple of days, we will continue to hold on to some bright and sunny spells. We do have some patchy cloud, though, starting to build as we head into the weekend, but temperatures remaining above average Friday and Saturday, slowly starting to trend down through Sunday. As the frontal system clears through, we start to see some fresher air moving in, slightly more unsettled as we head into the start of next week, with a few cool and chilly nights in the forecast too. That's very latest. Bye-bye.
Cleaned up well.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Thanks, Louise. That looks amazing weather, doesn't it? All the way to the weekend as well. I shall be getting the Factor 50 out.
No good for us gingers, eh?
Not at all, not at all.
Good night. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.